dear friends. This is Lana with Lana Design for Spellbinders, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Happy almost August, and I hope your week is going pretty well. Today we are going to play with some perhaps unusual things. Now, we all get these little tiny critters in all of our stamp sets, die sets, and what exactly are we going to do with them? Well, I'm going to show you. These little tiny pieces here that I have in my hand, they're part of the die set called Dancing in the Rain, and I actually uploaded a video last week using the bigger dies from this die set, and today I am going to create a card that only uses these little tiny elements. This is going to be a very easy and quick card to do, and the first step is die cutting. I already pre-cut a card base and a card panel. I am going to be making an 5x7 card, commonly known A7 card. And my card panel here is slightly smaller than the card base. As you can see, I like that little frame around my panel, but you don't have to do this if you don't want to. So we are going to be making this little tiny element by die cutting all these little pieces. For this, I suggest you use your scrap paper because these pieces are so tiny. You don't need a lot of paper. So use all those little scraps that you've been hoarding for quite some time now. For die cutting, I'm using Altenio Mini Blossom die cutting machine. This is something I use in every single project that I make. If the project includes dies, this is the die cutting machine that I love to use. And now here is one tip that I wanted to tell you when it comes to coloring. For easier and quicker coloring, leave your die cuts inside that paper. Trust me, your coloring is going to be much easier and smoother if your elements are still attached to that cardstock. Once you're done coloring completely, then take your pieces out and assemble it. This is a complete game changer. Next, I wanted to create a little something special. So I grabbed a cutting board and an X-Acto knife, and I just cut right in the middle like a wavy line to mimic the waves. And this is where I'm going to actually tuck in my duck. I always think that these details are so important, especially when it comes to creating such a minimalistic card, such as this one. As previously mentioned, when creating minimalistic cards, make sure that every detail is well thought of. Make small backgrounds and focus on the center of your card panel, and for the best results, leave the edges blank. Since I'm using a die set that has rain in it, I decided to make the background a little dark and gloomy. For the background, I'm using Distress Oxide inks. I'm starting off with the gray. This is Hickory Smoke. And then I used Stormy Sky. I'm not really focusing much on blending. This is just to add a little interest to the card and to help me ground my little die cut element. There's one thing that I forgot to mention earlier. That was that I used a holographic cardstock to die cut the raindrops. And then I used liquid adhesive to adhere everything to the panel. And now I'm going to show you one of my favorite ways to create personalized sentiments. I am, of course, going to use scraps. This is a beautiful way to do it. And I'm going to use this awesome little tool called Printmaker by We Are Memory Keepers. I'm also going to use this guide. It is recommended for you to have this because this little tool can easily just wander off, and you don't want that. You want this printer to stay on track, literally. So your sentiments and whatever you're printing will be straight. All you need to do is download the app. Now, as of right now, this application is only available on a tablet or a cell phone. They don't have any kind of ways to download the software for your desktops, unfortunately, and neither is available to design online, which is kind of a bummer, but it's okay. Once you open the application, you want to make sure that the phone and the printer are connected. Next, the application is going to prompt you to a screen where you can change and modify your designs. You can add text, you can change fonts, you can change colors, you can do whatever you want, and you can even add little tiny images. Next, you are going to say, send to printer, and then the printer is going to make like a little clickety sound. Next, you're going to put it on the tracks, press play, wait for the button to turn green, and simply slide and see the magic happen. So that's how you create your personalized sentiments. And then I am going to use these dies from Spellbinders to die cut my sentiments, and I'll be back in just a second, your time. And here I am, almost done. Look at this cute card. I am just going to attach it to the base with some liquid adhesive. This is art glitter glue, just in case. You know that I always use this glue. There's no change here. As you can see, it's so simple. There's really not a lot going on this card. That is why every element has to be well thought of. The sentiments are actually what make this card. This is just in my opinion. I like that it says, when life gives you rain, splash in the puddles. I think it's just a perfect pick-me-up card, and I just love it. Simple and easy. And now for a little bit more interest, I'm gonna add some Nuvo drops as a little eye and some glossy accents to my water. And that's it. The card is done. Before you send it off, please make sure that the glossy accents are completely dry. I usually leave it to dry overnight just to be safe. And that's it. The card is done. Remember, when making simple and easy minimalistic cards, pay attention to details. That's what's going to differentiate mediocre cards to a great card. I hope you like this tutorial. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Feel free to leave me a comment. I am always happy to interact with my viewers. Thank you, Spellbinders, for sending me this fabulous and super cute dice set to play with. And again, thank you for being here and showing your support. I will see you soon